Just something like a step on, playing, feel like the damn midget. Hey y'all, Coach here with Golf with Coach. Back with another video. We're back live. Something totally different that we've never done before. We're in a simulator, which I've only golfed on a simulator one other time. But we're with the Beetle boys out of San Diego. We've been trying to get this done for a minute. And we finally got it all squared away. And this is going to be totally different than we've ever done. Totally different podcasts, and I'm just excited about it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Brandon here.
Jamel's over here. What's going
We
on?
are Birdies in the outfield. Couldn't be more excited to do this with Golfing with Coach. Thank you to Longball Craft Cocktails for having us here at this beautiful simulator. We're going to have a great time. No structure here, right, Coach? We're just...
If you have kids wandering around, you probably want to plug it in.
We'll do our best. I have young ones at home, too, so I understand. But, yeah, if you guys have any questions, maybe throw them down and let's go. We're going to play Pebble Beach here.
Yes, sir.
And have a good time.
Let's get out there.
Let's go. All right.
First drive of the day.
The first swing of the day.
Oh,
Here we go.
dang.
Hook! Get down!
Look at that.
We're in play, baby.
Man,
We're in play.
Simulator likes you already, huh?
There we go. Get down.
Don't see that.
Get down. Get right up there.
Oh.
All right, Coach, let's get to it. We're going to ask you the first question. We're going to switch things up a little bit here.
Okay. All right.
What's your goal with the podcast? What's,
I want to make a living off of it someday. I mean, honestly, no. You know, the reason why I started the whole podcast deal was I saw guys interviewing, like Good, all those guys interviewing, and we know they're all great golfers, and they always give employee the correct answers. And I just wanted to interview guys like us,
Right.
where we're from, where we started, because that's at the end of the day, that's who we're golfing with, you know. So I want to, get to know people that do other content creator stuff with us.
right.
So, all right, first drive. Well, that's not the first drive, I think, but
Yeah, let's see if we can join this, right? Can we join this?
yeah,
Sure. Let's join this.
Good luck,
Good
Coach.
bud.
Coach has already got 18 holes on us today.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to request to join this, Coach, so we can get in here. I think we should
Good.
maybe move.
We got a lefty.
Oh,
Dang.
We see it on that line? I can't see it.
oh,
Unless it's
no.
no.
OB.
Does it say OE?
So how did you guys get your guys started?
So originally, we were a broadcast in
The Brothers
the
broadcast.
Brothers broadcast in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Our main goal was to do YouTube skits, and we were recording about 4 hours worth of content. I
Correct.
had one kid at the time, and then my wife got pregnant with our second child, and there was just no way for us to be able to film that much content, dice it up, and get it out to YouTube.
Right.
We love golf. We weren't going to stop golfing. So we're like, let's just start a page on Instagram and see what happens.
Right.
The main focus was to, show camaraderie, spread love in the game of golf. When it comes to quote unquote content creators, we don't look like your typical content creators, right? Bigger guys, minority, especially in the game of golf at times. But we just wanted to spread that in the world of golf and social media. And we just felt creative. So for us, we just wanted to start this. Jim, what do you got?
Yeah, us growing up, we grew up playing baseball together since we were like 9. And we were always rivals back in the day. So
It was kind of cool to see, us growing. We were always competing. We were on the same team. And then me and Brandon got pretty close as we were, growing up. We ended up playing baseball at SCSU under Tony Gwynn. And that's kind of where our friendship basically flourished.
So did you guys, were you the white team? You guys got the first, so got a 102-yard shot.
Come back.
Got you guys into golf in the first place?
I think for baseball players and anybody that swings clubs in general or swings something in general, golf is just an easy transition. We sprinkled golf in here or there while we were playing, but nothing serious. Once we were done playing, we wanted to find something that was still competitive enough that we can, because we still have the competitive juices. I don't know if you saw that video today, but that actually was funny because that was the hole that I lost the game to Jamel on. But it's like a lot of people don't see that we're still we have that fight. It's just bred into us. It's exactly. So,
And thanks to our moms, too. How aggressive our moms are, too. So,
There you go.
shout out Joni and Patty.
Mom.
Yeah.
That's great.
oh, sure. Okay.
That's kind of how I got my start too. Was I was a race car guy for 30 plus years.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
And I always wanted, once I quit racing, I'm the guy that I just can't sit around the house and not do anything. I have to have a hobby. My brother-in-law, he golfs, so he sent me a set of clubs which were tailor-made racks, which were blades. Very first club I ever had. Let me tell you, that was probably not the best set of clubs. But and I started practicing, and I just got hooked. It's like a drug, really.
I think that's the sport of golf. Is once you hit that good shot, once you find the balance for yourself to be competitive yet still have fun, because I believe that there is a depending on who you are and how competitive you used to be, there's a fine line, but yeah, golf is it's such a great mix. And I think that's why it's taken off right now. Is people are.
Well, we talk about that, like talking about YouTube. We'll talk about like YouTube golf and stuff, and the way it has exploded since, let's say, COVID. Really. Why do you think like YouTube golf or social media golf has exploded in the last 5 years?
Well, I'll take it, but with the whole technology, once COVID hit, what we were doing, we were always indoors, right? So, we were just always on TV, on our phone, things like that. So I think once, the golf thing exploded because of that, because of the whole COVID thing. And now it's like, okay, now everyone wants to put everything into play, and it's more so kind of creating that community on the golf course.
Now, you mentioned something in the beginning, which I really want to touch on because I feel, as my wife said, minority golf. It's, and let's be real, 50 years ago or 40 years ago, it was a rich white man sport. It really truly was. And now we see everybody playing golf, female golfers, which I absolutely love. I definitely encourage that. And then, everybody with mixed races too. And I think golf is one of those places that it really doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. You can all come together, we all play, we enjoy the game, we all have the same common goal, we have the same interest. And not to get into politics, but there's no politics, there's none of that happens in golf. It's just we're going out there enjoying the game that we all love, because we know how hard it is.
Right.
It's a stupid hard game. But I just find that's what I love about today's golf. It's just everybody can play it, and it really doesn't. It doesn't even really matter your skill set. With the handicap system set up and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's just a great place that everybody and anybody can really enjoy.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that because we have experienced and heard quite the opposite.
Really?
I think golf is trying to move in that direction, and I think social media, the expansion of social media in golf is helping that, but I don't think we're nearly there yet.
You don't think so?
I think if you pay attention to, I'm on social media so much. This is our job. This is our career. We take this very serious. I can name 5. That's Sandy, Cam, Golf, back nine besties where they're going out just to the range and they have experiences that are just uncomfortable.
Right.
Right.
And I find that as well. True. I have seen that. I golf with females, faculty besties. Nice Girls Golf, which is my cousin. She's from Baltimore. And I got some golf with a couple, locally, got paired up with, a couple leagues and stuff. And for me, it's never been an issue. Like, I just don't see it an issue. Like, I don't find it an issue. Really? I don't care. Let's go and hit some white balls. Let's go lose some white balls and let's laugh, have a good time with each other. And it doesn't matter.
Right. And I think, and obviously we love that and we feel the same way, but I think there is still a lot of golf out there and golfers out there that aren't providing that same experience that you are providing.
Right.
And, and that's where I want golf to be, because until it's there, we can't say golf is for everyone. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I have a 11-month-old daughter. We talk about this all the time. He has a sister who's 10 years younger than he is. So making the game of golf comfortable for women to just book a tee time on their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is very, very important to us. So, and I do agree with you that golf is moving into the right direction.
I believe that.
But I think there is a lot of work still left to be done. And that's why we encourage anyone who believes that they have a story to tell, something they believe that they can share that maybe someone else experiences, to share their stories and to post and to just feel the creativeness and to get out on the golf course and to just try, Right. But personally, we've heard so many stories, even from male golfers who are just starting, that they feel like they can't even get out on the course because they're petrified of just being alienated for hitting the ball back. I can't tell you how many people have said sorry for hitting a bad shot.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it's so weird to say, right? When you say, really,
yeah,
it is. It's shocking to hear this stuff,
right?
But that's it. My blood is like I'm boiling, baby, because this is what gets me fired up, and this is what we're passionate about,
right?
So, I'm gonna let you talk, Jamal. I'm gonna hit a putt. Let me see if I can sink this. I'm not using the Strixon. Sorry, Strixon.
Oh, right.
Legato, baby.
I do like the legato balls. I will say I do.
But yeah, us being a minority too, and it's kind of like we're trying to make it comfortable for other minorities. To like be encouraged to go out and golf,
right?
Because again, like this game is it's like an old head game.
It's like it truly is, and there's no doubt about that.
To get that crowd, kind of expand the game of golf, and that's kind of where our page comes into play. Where it's like we want to create that community that all are welcome. All are welcome to play. So
now you mentioned something at the charity event that we were at. About being creative, and you thought you would never be the creative type.
Absolutely.
Now, what changed that for you?
So, for my specific background, I was a baseball player, played professional baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're an athlete, you're an athlete.
Right.
Left the game of baseball and then became a police officer. When you're a police officer, you're a police officer. And nothing wrong with that. But I just never felt myself as creative. I never dove into the creative side of myself. And I think I maybe mentioned this a little bit. I think our generation and now as males are growing up, it's encouraged to be more and more creative.
Mm-hmm.
But back when we were growing up, it's sports,
Outside
do well in school, and that was it, right? So for us, that's another reason that we love this so much is because up until 10 months ago when we started this, I had creativeness in sports, in other things, but not in artistic values or, and I'm not going to go out and paint like Picasso tomorrow, but for me, creating content that is unique to us and hits home for us and maybe inspires other people is our Picasso.
So what do you guys been your favorite moment so far in golf?
In golfing or during this whole
Experience.
Let's call it whole experience.
Oh man, where should we start?
Giving back.
Yes.
Giving back. Hey, go ahead.
So one of our first things that we've done, and it was actually provided in front of us. It was a perfect kind of leeway into what we want to do is to get back. But there was a 12U baseball team that wanted to go to Cooperstown.
Mm-hmm.
And we basically did a GoFundMe. Created awareness for them to be able to go to these tournaments. And we were about to. How much did we raise for?
The Heroes Baseball Club. Yeah, we had 2 weeks notice. They were throwing the tournament, gave us, said Cooperstown is. Did you play baseball growing up?
Yeah.
Did you go to that Cooperstown tournament?
No.
A very great experience for kids, 10 and 12 years old, get to stay in dorms. Long story short, we both got to go. And within 2 weeks, created a GoFundMe, raised $1,250 for the squad. And you hosted a hole, sponsored a hole. And those are the type of things that we loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Most memorable. Who's up here? Take a shot.
That's you, Phil.
Anyone. Yeah, anyone.
Yeah. Most golf memorable moment.
My story
Besides me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My first hole-in-one golf story was got a hole-in-one. It was right before my buddy's wedding. So we did a little 18 at Mission Bay golf, and I was able to hit a hole in front of the whole. Yeah, the whole party basically. So that was pretty exciting for me to do that.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss?
I think actually my most recent or my best golf moment was recently when we were playing Pelican Hill. Was 120 yards out and dropped it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what makes you come back for golf every single time.
Yeah. I actually didn't even see it drop. I turned away. I thought it was a big shot. And Tom from Darts Only was like, "It dropped." And I'm like, "No way!" But yeah, I don't have a hole-in-one. And what about you? Do you have a hole-in-one?
No.
Elusive, isn't it? Sucker.
Right. Freaking unicorn the group.
Yeah.
No,
I used to despise a short course. Maybe because my short game is bad. Maybe
because you can hit 300 yards. I'm the same way.
All right.
I absolutely love them now. I love them. I think there's just something to go out and just have a good time, not really have to take this puppy up. We'll see how she's after the day. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that puppy's pretty good, huh?
Is that OB?
Did that just go to the moon?
Oh.
Why did it do that?
So,
it's on our club face.
Did I hit it backwards?
So we got David Hasselhoff with dreads today. He's hanging out on the beach.
Do you have any real aspirations in the game of golf?
I have goals every year. Like my first year I played, my first goal was to uh, just learn how to swing the club.
Right.
So I was a baseball player growing up. I had a baseball swing. And then I played competitive softball when I got my younger adult years. And so I had that just nasty, wicked, slow pitch softball swing. And so that first probably year, my goal was just to learn golf.
Right.
Last year, my goal was to see how many different golf courses I could play at. Which I played in 10 different states, 54 different golf courses, and like 30 different cities or something like that. So,
there you go.
And this year, my goal is I'm a 15 handicap now. I'd really like to be like a 12 or 11 handicap by this time next year.
Okay.
That's my goal this year.
Okay.
As far as the channel is concerned, I just want to grow it. Like, I really think the podcast is going to take off. It's just going to take some time. I do my product reviews. Tomorrow I have the QI30 TaylorMade QI35.
Okay.
Night. That review is coming out tomorrow morning. So guys, check that out. 8:00 in the morning. It goes on YouTube. So yeah, it's just to grow the channel. I think I have about 17,000 followers on TikTok. Instagram, Instagram rule out there. Help a brother out. But yeah, that's my goal is to grow my channels, get better at my craft, and just become a better golfer.
Right. Oh yeah.
I want to golf more with golf. I mean, I travel all over the place and got golf all these different golf courses. Now I want to start golfing, doing stuff like this.
Right.
With other content creators. And it's weird to say that with content creator, but at the end of the day, that's what we are.
Exactly. Right.
With other golf content creators and do stuff like this, I think, and hire a videographer.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
Yeah, I think that's a great goal. So why golfing with Coach?
So I'm glad you asked this question. So long story, I'll make it a long story, but it's a long story.
Why don't we know?
I used to ride motorcycles.
Okay.
I was a Harley guy. I was a club years ago. And then, so a good friend of mine at the time, we just rode everywhere. We rode everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys. And this guy, I know this guy doesn't like the credit, but there's a good friend of mine, a good buddy of mine is in Phoenix. He rode too. He's a different cat. He loved the guy. He's just he's a straight shooter. But he said this, when you're riding with people, you get road names. And since I've coached football for years, I played 7 seasons at semi-pro level.
Okay.
And we owned the league, we owned the team. And then, of course, I coach high school football, so I was coach. And so he sent me a patch and said coach.
Okay.
And so that's why I said on my vest was coach. And that's kind of how I got the name coach on my motorcycle. And then when I went to golf, I was trying to think of a name for the channel. And I was like, I'm a coach, I'm golfing, and I'm not very creative. So I said, hey, golf. And I thought, and the reason why I did, I thought it was really easier. I golfed with a guy named Steve today. And I said, when he was asking, I was filming, he was asking, I said, he asked what else I want from. I told him. And he goes, so what's your channel name? I said, Golfing with Coach. And I said, just remember that we're golfing and I was football. And you can remember. And that's what I did. So it's easy to remember as well.
Okay.
And I think kind of a little ring to it.
It does.
Absolutely. So, yeah. We remember it.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? At the end of the day, that's what counts. You two remember.
I guess we'll find out. Did you?
A little bit.
Oh.
It's cart pass. Keep going.
Oh, go.
I love cart pass.
Sometimes they're the best friend.
I'll tell you a story about a buddy of mine. We played in a Father's Day tournament at my home course, and we were on. It was a 340-yard hole. My buddy Pepper, he goes back and watch my videos to see my funniest guy you ever been by. You will either pee your pants or cry laughing by the end of 2 months. Just quiet. But he hit a drive. Now it's an RV resort, so he hits a drive, hits a house, bounces out the house, hits a road, bounces down the road, kicks over about 20 feet from the green. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like I saw it hit and then like just sheared off the house and just started bouncing down the road. And I was like, that's insane.
Let's talk Masters. Did you get to watch any today?
I did all the way up here.
Okay.
You guys have? I got Scott. I think Scotty's playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Rory's playing really well. I would really like to see Bryson play well.
Mm-hmm.
But with Rory, this is his 15th Master without a win.
Right.
The clock's ticking.
It is.
You know, if he doesn't win this week, my question is when or if.
Right.
You know, that's kind of like where I'm with it. I'm a big Master guy at wheel flying. I love this week. It's one of the greatest.
It's a national holiday.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I didn't get to watch any today. I had both kids. I didn't watch any.
So what YouTube channel did you watch all day?
Nothing.
No, yeah.
And we're not a TV fan.
You know, we're not. I'm not even. I don't watch a lot of TV.
Mm-hmm.
My wife has this weird obsession with these Married at First Sight.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. Here we go.
My marriage is in trouble, so I still on a resort. And I'll sleep with this girl, and you sleep with this guy. Then we'll decide who wants to stay together at the end.
Ultimate.
No.
Shout out Netflix.
What a big plug.
No, seriously. Me and my wife, we are, kids are asleep. Give me some Married at First Sight. Give me some Love is Blind.
Exactly. That's
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
Shout out off the ice.
We're outside the building. Where we all at?
No, so I don't watch a lot of TV either. I'm a YouTube guy. I'm a YouTube golf guy.
Okay.
I watch a lot of YouTube golf.
Perfect. Because I don't.
Got to.
So who's your YouTube golfer?
There's a couple of them. I'm a big Bob Gusper sport fan.
Good.
Funny guys.
I'm a big foreplay. Trent Ryan's probably my favorite YouTube golfer. But
Okay.
if you guys remember, if you know who Trent Ryan is, if you watch ESPN, he was the one when they did. They were at TP Saltgrass on 16. And it took like 5 shots for him to land on that island out there. And once he did it, the whole crowd just
Exploded.
And what I like about Trent Ryan is he's a relative new golfer. He's probably a 15 handicap like me. He started golf at the same time I did. He just put it out for the world to say, hey, look at me. He had a series called Breaking 100, Breaking 90.
Okay.
Now he has Breaking 80 or 85 now. So he has all these, all these series he's doing. And he's putting his crappy golf game out for everybody to see.
Yeah.
But it's relatable. And that's what I love about YouTube golf.
There we go. Roll it, baby. Roll it, baby.
Why did it drop me out on the street? I know, but I'm going to drop me
Okay, but you also said you got to. Why do you think? What do you love about YouTube golf?
I think for me, as doing what I do, and do what we do, I'm a big
Coach?
I'm a big believer in watching and learning.
Okay.
So I'm a huge believer in that. If somebody's doing something that I want to do, like I always say, if I'm the best guy in the foursome, I'm in the wrong place. The reason why I say that is I want at least one person better than me, so I can learn. So that's my thing on it. I'm the if I'm the best person, the best YouTuber in the room, I'm in the wrong room because I want to learn. I want to learn. I want to.
So you're learning about golf. You're learning about social content creating
and different ideas,
questions. Okay.
Yeah, all that stuff. How they go about, how they approach things. All that stuff. I want to learn.
Oh, I love the strike. Oh no.
This whole thing is hard. It's way different.
I will say some golf is different.
Yeah, it is different.
I'm TBD on whether I like it or not. But I love the indoor. I love this facility. I love a few facilities that we frequent.
Long ball, good
company.
It's a good place to. It's good controlled environment for things like this. Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have other things involved. We're not jumping in golf carts going different directions.
It's self-centered for sure.
Yeah.
It's just more of like I would say more of like a party area.
Yeah, and let's talk about that with golf etiquette and with all this new ways of golf coming into play with all these young guys coming in, loud music, wrecking golf carts, being stupid of course. How do you guys feel about it? How do you police that? Or can you police that?
Coming from where Live Golf is now, where it's a little bit more of a party, I feel like it's more acceptable. But yeah, that's pretty hard to control. I mean, as long there has to be some people policing it for sure.
Well, and we all see the videos of people wrecking golf carts and all that kind of stuff. I look at golf and how it's trending. It has become more of a party type deal. Like we all know waste management.
Right.
Probably the worst example of golf you can get. And I see a lot of people, they watch that on the TV, they see that, now they want to go out and golf course and kind of replicate and copy that. Well, I'm like, no, that's not what it's about. Like, really, if you want to go and party, have a great time, do your thing. That's not my thing. I'm an older guy, I guess. I don't want to go in that and get beer spilled on me and all that kind of stuff. It's not what I personally like. Like, these young cats, I mean, they're young guys. Of course, that's what they want. Right. I mean, if I think back what I was doing, what I was doing when I was their age, I mean, same thing. It was just at a different. I wasn't golfing. I was just doing stuff different at a different place.
Yeah, I think the partying gets very excessive. If you can party and be responsible and do all that and still be within a reasonable round time frame,
right?
Do it, right? Like I think that's where it gets me is as long as you can. We're talking about respecting the game. The rules.
Respecting other people around you.
Yeah.
Etiquette. Yeah.
Do that in a timely manner, and you want to drink 30 beers, and you know how to get home responsibly and have a ride? Do you, right?
Right.
Right there. Right. Exactly. And that's what it all comes down to in our is, are you doing the right thing, or are you just doing this because you want to have fun and stuff? Right. That's where.
Again, to me, there's time and place for everything, right? If that's your thing, do your thing. I think that's the golf course and place to do it. No.
How do you think you police it though?
I talked to give me that birdie when I did an interview with him, and I asked him the same question. He said they're not going to get around in 2 years. They're just way type
of
golfers.
Yeah.
In 2 years, they're probably not golfing.
Yeah.
I
think, yeah.
And if they're truly passionate about it, obviously they're going
to change. Yeah. They're going to do their thing. Right. And, for sure, yeah.
What do you got on, Go, baby.
Go in, go.
What let us go.
What the same?
In terms of playing your own ball, playing independent golf, or playing in the tournament style, scramble. What's your favorite and why?
Scramble.
Okay.
I'll tell you why scramble. Now, I love playing by myself. I play a lot by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I love scramble just because, for me, it's the camaraderie. It's the interaction with your team. It's interaction with each other. You all have to communicate. You all have to feel time. You all have to work together to accomplish. Well, I've always loved scramble.
Right.
And I'm not necessarily hitting play. So my shot doesn't have to count every single time.
Right.
I played in that tournament on Sunday at Palm Springs, and we used like 3/4 wide drives.
Okay.
And I always say, hey, my job's done. Like I put it out there.
Right.
Now you guys get in the hole. So I think there's that. I really enjoy that part of it. But is there times I want to go out and just challenge myself and
Hey, we're going to take a quick break here. Just a big shout out to Long Ball Cocktail Club in San Diego. Great host, man. They're one of the newest additions, Mission Hills, San Diego. They're thrilled to announce they have a testing room featuring a cutting-edge golf simulator and a lineup of delicious craft cocktails. They're open Thursday through Monday, and they're excited to offer their space for private events, birthday parties, weddings, baby showers, whatever. They can do it there for you. And talk about the state-of-the-art simulator. They have this, the E6 software. The Beto boys and I got to play on it. It was awesome, man. Staff was just great. So, man, if you guys are in this golf simulation and you're into drinking some nice craft cocktails, go check out Long Ball Cocktail Club on Hawk Street in San Diego. I promise you, you won't regret it. Now let's get back to the program.
From
that has to go.
oh my!
Most of the time you're doing it for a charity event. You're raising money for something.
Right.
And I'm big on that.
Shut up, back then. That's
Right?
first tournament. That was such a good time.
They were my first podcast.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They were my very first podcast, and they were great. And they rolled with it. They very interactive. They were very easy for me.
Yeah, for sure.
They made it very easy for me. For sure.
But so it's funny, and I'm going to tell a story, and I hope this is live, so I haven't talked to them about this if they're okay with me telling this. But we asked them, right, about playing with us because we're two guys they had never met.
I know. I'm always the.
We'll wait to talk to this story, right? But anyway, so we're two guys they had never met. They're 2.5 hours north. And we said, what was it like for you guys? Was there a process to decide if you guys were going to play with us or not?
Right.
And there was.
Oh, awesome.
And for us, that's what we're talking about, is we don't even want that to be a thought.
Right.
We just want the golf world and the golf space to be somewhere to be like, okay, they're golfing, I'm golfing. It's going to be a good time. Obviously, there's one-offs, and we're not going to talk about those. But
Right.
We want to create a space where it's just camaraderie based off of the fact that we like to golf, and the fact that females have to essentially do whatever background check they can complete before golfing.
Bessie, what's that process? You explained this
Yeah.
once already, but say it to me as well. I mean,
Okay.
because here I am, brand new. I hadn't had a podcast put out after nothing to reference off of, and I just DM'd them like, hey, I know it's a random question, but would you guys like to come on a podcast? Like maybe podcast you also. And we were following each other, and they went in and they looked. They did their little research on me as well before they came on. And that's sad that they have to do that, but I also understand why they have to do
Right, absolutely.
And again, and I hope I get to a point where I want people to come on the show. I hopefully we all get to that point where we're not happy to have people on this filter.
Right.
That's kind of what I want to do on the show.
Yeah, who's been your most interesting interview?
Most interesting one?
We'll say interesting, most fun, most unique that you didn't
Back then,
expect.
just because I didn't know what to expect. My first interview,
Right.
and they just rolled with it. It was so easy to do. It was fun.
Man, we love that. Seriously.
He tries to talk. Good one.
Okay.
So
Sunday social. We watched that one.
and they're coming on the podcast again.
Okay.
So yeah. Hooligans, golf, or golf. They're from New York. He's from New York. He was really cool. Like, he had a lot of stories to tell. He was cool. Give me that Birdie. He's from like South Carolina area. And he was super cool because what he did for me was he's done podcasts. He's had podcasts. He's done radio. He's done the radio. DJ the radio. So he knew all of this to me.
Right.
And the knowledge I learned from him was very key, very valuable as well. So, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. I love what you're doing too. You're connecting and you're reaching out to so many, diverse avenues in the golf world and trying to shed light on them. Yeah, that's inspiring. I love that. Well,
So even have Nice Girls Golf on, which is my cousin and her friend.
okay.
And I'm super excited about that. And I golf with them, and it's really kind of cool. This is what I love about social media is
Yeah.
what I truly love about social media is Nice Girls Golf. They're beginning golfers, and we've watched their journey, and get better and better and better, and where they're coming from and how they are minorities and their female golfers trying to do this stuff and really watching them kind of grow. It's
Where are they at?
Baltimore.
Oh, you're talking about
Baltimore.
Go Ravens, but
You a Ravens fan?
I am a Ravens fan.
You just became my best friend. No, that's my secondary team, but yeah, it's kind of that's why I want them on this. First, my cousin, and they're both very intelligent young ladies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to have them on for sure.
Man, if we ever make it out to Baltimore, let's connect. Let's go that.
I'll send this to her. She usually, I think she will. If she doesn't know, she.
Gotta have that conversation.
Oh yeah, right.
I just do those things.
Oh.
And I treat say no.
I saw a really cool interview earlier where it's just like they were comparing golf and baseball.
Well, I was going to ask you guys that
Yeah.
right now. Like, what is the comparison to baseball? How do you compare baseball with golf, or is there any comparison?
Right. I don't.
There has to be some comparison because it's a sport, but
So baseball, I believe, is more reactionary than it is compared to golf, right? So you're basically reacting to what the pitcher, what baseball is doing. Where when it comes to golf, now it's more okay. It's your center. You're like the only one. You're competing against yourself, basically.
Right.
So
This is a question that I would love to ask you all. I don't think I've asked this one. Who? Which one is more mental?
golf is more mental.
And that's hard because you know what? You grow up in the game of baseball and you hear the game of baseball is mental. Baseball's a mental.
well, we say about football too. I mean, I always tell my football players, football's 80% of it's mental.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
about knowing who to get and how to get them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's those two things before the ball snapped. You have a pretty good chance to be successful in that play. You know who to get, how to get them before the snap, So then there is that mental aspect and how people line up. Okay, you're looking at this formation. Okay, now they come out trips right. Trips right, type left. Okay, every time they do this, they do this.
Right.
This and this. So there's that mental side of it. And I'm a train wreck. When I go, I'm an absolute runaway train. I'm a train wreck.
What do you mean?
My mind goes 1,000 miles an hour because I'm a football coach. So for as a football coach, and you guys baseball, same thing. And if I have a player that goes down, now I got to worry about, okay, it's that player, okay. Get them out. Now I got who's going to replace them. Now changes my play calls because now we don't have the skill set that we need or the play center that we need. So you're thinking about 20 different things at once. You got to make that decision like now.
Right.
In golf, for me, slow down, think less. For me, that's just what works for me is slow down, tempo, think less. Because I get up every day, I got to go here, my hand has to be here and there. And I'm thinking of 20 different things before my shot. And my golf pro's like, bro, just hit the damn ball.
Right. Yeah.
Go up there, okay, you got this, it's 166 yard, get up there, swing the club like you're going to hit 166 yard, that's all you need to worry about.
Right? Yeah, but I think that's way harder said than done, right? Because how many times you just go up and hit the ball, and it's one of the worst things you've ever hit.
Right.
Right? So that mentality, yeah, golf is just, I think baseball and golf are more mental because they're dealing with misses and failures.
Right.
Right.
What has more failure, golf or baseball?
Baseball.
Baseball. I'm going to say baseball. Because, I mean, I don't see easy bunkers, but it's typically you have a miss, you hit a ball bad, good to go.
But isn't it like perspective though when it comes to the mentality? It's like, okay, what's a failure when it comes to golf? Because a lot of people be like, I hit a shot, that was terrible.
Well, if you think about it like this, and this is how I think about it, like baseball.
Let's go, man. Yeah,
You got a guy in first base. Okay, you know the force outs on team. You know that's a routine play.
Mhm.
A 6-year-old knows that. Okay?
Right.
So you know the routine plays
Uh-huh.
in baseball.
Right.
That practice 1,000 times.
And they're not going on the wall.
But you practice. You practice that.
This guy.
No, but you can't straight up ball shortstop. He already knows he's going to 2, and they go to 1. It's such a routine play for them. Now I'm not saying that every shot is like a routine shot, but every play, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying baseball is not that mental?
Yeah, I've never played at your guys' level.
Okay.
It's a whole different level where you guys played at. I mean, you guys, I played country boys, baseball growing up. And I played, like I said, we played competitive softball, but competitive softball is totally different too. But
yeah,
I think now, is there a routine putt or a routine drive? I guess you could say there is.
So I think baseball is more mental because unless you're a pitcher, you're more worried about hitting than you are defense typically.
Right.
Because unless you are an absolute superstar on defense, or you can run the bases, or you can bunt well, and even in today's game, it's changed, right? It's completely changed.
Right.
That might not even.
That's the long ball. There's no more small ball in baseball.
Exactly. But we're talking about.
If
I told you this, right? If I told you, if you can do something at 30% for 15 years, you would be a Hall of Famer. And that's success. But that's what I mean. That's success. So we're talking about how do you deal with going up to the plate 10 times, 30 times, 40 times, and maybe not getting a hit, and still feeling like I just need to get to 30%. That's not a human mentality in my opinion. The greatest can do it. Big leaguers can do it to the best.
Well, and that's what we talked about, like for golf, compared to baseball. And there's a lot of comparison in that because, again, like you said, there's one out of 3 shots, you're all famer.
Right.
In golf, 1 out of 3 shots,
No,
It's down.
yeah, 10.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, 10, not 1 out of 3.
you know what I'm saying? But that's where I kind of look at, is golf a little harder. I think it's more. We'll say we'll use the word discipline. But again, you got to play. You got to be disciplined as hell.
All right. Right.
Like, and
I don't like the word discipline, though, because that explains the ability to walk up to your ball and be like, I'm thinking about all the negatives, but all I need to think about is trying to do what I can do.
right.
Right? How disciplined can I be for the 10, 20, 30 seconds it takes for me to line up and hit my shot
To execute.
to execute?
Yeah.
30 seconds, right? And it's incredibly difficult.
Now,
And-
let me ask you this question to both of you guys, that you guys are baseball players.
Uh-huh.
Coming out of the dugout, you're on deck, you're swinging, loosen up. What's your thought? What's the difference in thought process is when you go up to a tee shot than going up to
I
a?
love this question. Go ahead. I'll let you answer this first.
Okay,
these,
yeah.
these are my confidence. I'm a thinker.
So for me, so we're talking about on deck, routine, all that type of stuff.
All your routine, all your pre-bat stuff. You're up there. You're looking at it. You're setting there. You're like, okay, I'm ready to go.
I would say it's pretty much, for me, it's more of the same thing, where it's like have a routine before you go into your shot, having a game plan, having a, what your perspective is and how you're going to go about it, and then being able to execute. But having that mentality to be able to beat the guy out there in baseball versus now you're playing against like yourself.
Well, which is probably the toughest person you ever going to be, right?
Right.
What about what's your answer on that?
So my perspective is, it's unique because I'm a thinker, right? He's way more of a field guy. I can tell him, hey, just try to go do this, and he can do it. Whereas for me, I'm always battling my tendencies. In baseball, you're looking good. You know what the pitcher has.
This guy is great at it.
No, boy, of course he is.
That's so funny. But on the ball.
Exactly. But for me in golf, it's just I am always, not always, when I'm not doing well, it's me trying to prevent myself from doing the thing that I know is my worst tendency.
Oh my God, Brian, this is insane.
And it's unique because you can tell yourself over and over again, it doesn't matter, just go hit this thing. But for some reason, when I tee it up and then get behind the ball and I go and I stand over the ball, there's something that triggers. It's just like, just don't do this.
Right.
Um,
Was that your same thought process when you were playing pro ball?
no, because it's more about what does this pitcher have? It's competition against the pitcher more as I don't want to do this because if I do this, I know that this is going to be a fit. Right?
Do you think time? You guys grew up playing baseball, so you've been playing baseball way longer than you played golf. Do you think after, like, especially when you got in your later career, when you walk up to base, it's kind of like, okay, this is just what I do? No,
Not for me, man. And I'm sure he's going to have a different answer. I think for me, it was just always trying to not do the best that I can, but I just wanted to be the best. I wanted to be prepared. I wanted to do this, and I never, ever got to the point where I just let my natural abilities flow. It was all about preparation and mentally being there instead of just having fun and letting the game come to me.
mm-hmm.
So that, again, when we talk about golf and we talk about scrambles and we talk about independent play for me, that's where I try to make a match. Because for me, independent play, I want to go out there and shoot something that maybe is not capable for me in that day. Right. So it's just like, can I go and have fun? So, yeah, I'm sure he has a different answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, like, again, I was always a big feel guy when it comes to baseball. So, like, my mentality wise, it's like, we've talked about this before. It's like, I've always had a positive thought process in going about my, like, work when it comes to baseball. So, having that confidence, having that mentality, and I think that took me to where I got to playing baseball. But then again, it's like I could have done more. You know, like when he talked about preparation, I could have done more. And that's why I continue to I actually still coach the game of baseball where it's like I need to relay these things to my players. So it's like they don't have the same exact, failures that I had in that aspect. So I don't want them to miss the ball on those things. So that's why we're pretty cohesive when it comes to creating this because he has that prep, he has that mentality, and I mean, with the positive mentality, we know that we can always push forward with this thing.
Is the difference between being a weekend golfer and trying to become better at golf? Because there is a difference. If you go out and golf every once in a while, then no expectations, right? And sometimes if you're gifted, like my boy Pepper, you can go out and play, just shoot. But if you try to become better, and the better you try to become, the more mental it becomes, and the harder it becomes for you to accept, oh, I just didn't hit that ball down the middle.
And that's hard.
And that's almost harder.
And for me, this is. I'll tell you a quick story. I'll go into account for this one.
Yeah, come on.
I grind. Like I grind. When I say I grind, I'm at the driving range at least 5 days a week. I golf about 2 rounds a week, but I'm at the driving range. If I'm not on the course, I'm at the driving range or we have a chipping green or putter. I'm practicing. I practice every single day except for one day. Like one day I just don't have, and even then I probably pick a club. So I know the amount of work I put into my game in 2 years. I mean, I'm a 15 handicap 2 years. That's not brutal. Especially a guy that I started when I was 46 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the older spectrum of starting golf. And I haven't played any kind of sport since I was 33. And my last game I played, I suited up and strapped it up when I was 33 years old. That was my last game. So I hadn't played for any sports for 13 years. And I've never been a gifted athlete. I've been the athlete like, I'm going to work twice as hard as you to be as good as you. Mm-hmm. And that's just how I've always been. Like, you are not going to outwork me. You're not going to outpractice me. That's not going to happen. Does it happen? It happens all the time. But in my mind, that's where my mind is. Like, you're not going to do this.
Right.
So when I go out there, there's that added pressure of yourself because you've been practicing. And I was in Washington. And I've run a lot country club. And Big Sexy, Marty. Shout out to Marty, Big Sexy. I hit a shot. And I took my club, I went, I was pissed. And he stopped and he looked at me, turned around, and he looked at me, and he's like, Ryan, are you even good enough to get pissed off?
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and at first I was like, F you, dude. Like, yeah. And then we got to the green, and I thought about the question, and I was like, you know what? He's absolutely right. I've been playing for 2 years. I have these expectations to be this. When that's not a realistic expectation at all. It's not. It's my realistic's here. I'm shooting for this. If I don't make it, that's okay. So that's kind of where ever since I've heard that, it's totally changed my way I look at golf. I just don't get mad at it. I don't get frustrated anymore because again, bad shots are gonna happen. We all know it. I mean, we've seen plenty of them for me tonight. I won't blame that I played 18 holes already. But again, that's just my mindset is when you're just definitely hard on yourself because you grind so much and you work so hard at something and it doesn't turn out the way you like, doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that particular time it just didn't work out.
Right.
So pick up the ball, do what you got to do, go to the next level, and just take another shot. And then so ever since I've learned that, my golf game has gotten way better. And so what I do, if I have a bad shot or a bad hole, I don't think that. I go back to the cart. On my way back to the cart, I think about three things I did from that work. Was it a good tee shot, which earlier for me, good tee shot. Good tee shot, and three things that was positive. I don't think about the bad stuff because we all saw the bad stuff. I know what I did wrong. I don't need to rethink at that point. I'm just going to move forward, think of three positive things, and move forward to the next hole and move on. And ever since I've done that, my game has totally changed. Just because of the way, and it had nothing to do with what's in that bag. It had to do with what's up here. That's just how I approach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the mental game, man. It's a crazy mental.
So what is your guys' dream foursome? Which is with you two, I mean, you do your 3, 4, you your 4, you could do whatever. What's your guys' dream foursome?
That's a tough question. We go like you think about.
Think this through. Coach said dreams foursome.
Obviously, not my coach.
There you go. That's the first right answer. Oh, no.
Me, I don't think it's about how good they are. I mean, it'd be awesome to play with Tiger, right?
Right. That's
But, like,
See the mentality of it.
if
for sure.
if you could take your wife to golf with one of her friends somewhere ridiculous and just have a different experience, right? For me, that means more than getting to golf with Tiger.
Right.
So it's a trifolded question for me. But if we're going to talk straight about golf, let's get straight about golf.
three guys that you can play with. Anybody out there where you can play.
Phil,
I don't want to shout.
Phil, San Diego boys, at Long Ball, Phil. I'll shout out to Lefty Phil for my boy. And actually, let's do it. Let's go, me and Tiger versus you and Phil.
That'd be
great. Let's do it.
Mine would be Trent Ryan for foreplay because he's from Iowa.
Okay.
Out from Iowa. And he's putting his game out on social media to watch, and I've done the same.
Mhm.
He has a whole different level of, he's up here with his viewerships and all that kind of stuff, obviously, and you have Barton Sports having your back. Frankie Brown, because there's never been a hype man like Frank. If you don't come with that energy to hype me up, I don't want it.
Okay.
Frankie Borrelli is the ultimate hype man.
Okay.
Pretty damn good golfer. And probably Bob from Bob Does Best.
Okay.
Just because I think those three would just be a blast to golf with. Like, I just think, now they've all golfed together before. I just think those three would just be just a good, fun, good vibe time. Yeah, that's just why. I think with Trent, it's the nicest guy on YouTube golf. Hands down, nicest guy on YouTube golf. And anybody will say that, Grant Horvath will tell you that. Garrett Good will tell you that. He's the nicest YouTube golfer out there. And I said, yeah, Frankie with his craziness and his hype and every shot. If you have a good shot, it's a great shot. That's how you make you feel.
Are you a YouTube golf watcher? Because I'm going to be honest.
You're not.
I have no idea who you're talking about. I know Bob Does Sports just because he's a big name, but I've never watched it. And Bob, if you want to come at me, come at me. But I've never watched a video of any of these people.
You gotta go home and just try to watch it.
It pops up on my feed.
Yeah.
I mean,
But what do you like about it? Come up here. Tell what do you like about it?
No, because I mean, it's kind of we want to get into that space, right? Right. And we're trying to kind of create that mindset, but with him not knowing and me knowing like how everything works, I kind of think that's
Get on your
But you know what? I think it works for us because we're and I'm not dissing anybody else here.
Right.
But for us, we don't necessarily, I'm not going to say desire or want inspiration from other YouTubers and stuff. But
Which I respect that though, also.
yeah, we're putting stuff out that we think is funny, that
You
we
guys do a
take.
great job with that, honestly.
Thanks. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I mean, honestly, and I say this, and I said this to Serena from the Back Nine Besties, and we were at the charity event. We were at Boca Driving Range, and we were talking about this exact same thing. And I told those two, I said, "You guys have something special. The chemistry you have with each other. There's something special there that can be big because it's not shaking your ass or anything like that. It's goofy golf. It's fun. It's relatable. It's the way they do their skits. It's relatable. It's fun. And you two have the same chemistry as well. And I feel that's because you guys grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, and me and Pepper are the same way. Like I grew up with Pepper, like I know since second grade. And I always tell Pepper the same thing. I want you on this channel more because it just brings a different side. It brings something, it brings what we have together and it just makes it better because we feed off each other. And I think where you guys have that advantage, you guys feed off each other, you know each other, you know what each other says, you know what to say, what not to say, you know how to push them to their limits, you know how to push them to be better. And I you can see that through the screen. You honestly can, at least I can. Like there's chemistry there, and it's and the content you guys put out, it's like, man, I'm sitting there going, man, I wish I would have thought of that. You know, there's a lot of times you've done things where I'm like, man, I wish I would have thought of that. Or I wish I would have done something like that. Or hey, that was really good. I'm going to try that. And I'll steal people's stuff. I mean, I don't give a crap. I'll steal it. If it's there, and it's good, and it's going to help my channel, it's going to grow me without just straight up just copying what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. And I'm going to steal it.
Yeah.
And I see that with YouTube. You guys you work very well. It's very. It feels like it's very thought out before it happens. And it may not be, but it builds.
And that's the funny part. It's typically not.
But again, I also see that it's thought out, and I also see, you know what, that chemistry they have, it probably not. Like I said, that's what you guys do very well with. You guys work well with each other, and if it's not scripted, I'm sure it's not scripted, but if it's not thought process, it's not thought process before, that's special. Right. That truly is. That's something special that people see. Because, and I'm not going to say good, getting all these guys, they script their stuff, but I think sometimes they script their stuff. And again, whoever brings, but they got millions of views, they do what they do, but I think there's something just natural and organic at this level.
I'd love to talk about that actually, because I think this is the point. Because we do on a 12 year, you are going to be able to tell our stuff is scripted, right? Like the clog does. Right. We will have agendas for certain reels. Mm-hmm. Let's say somebody sends us something. Let's talk about the Kingsman. Let's just go through the Kingsman stuff. Donald over at Kingsman worked with them, right? Mm-hmm. We were going to play Pelican Hill Friday. I'm going to tell the entire story. Reached out, called them, said, hey, we're going to play Pelican Hill with darts only on Friday. Would love to get some of your gear so we can throw it on and wear it because we typically don't wear nice stuff. And this stuff is really nice. So we got some stuff from Kingsman and we stayed the night up in Newport Beach. We played the Glen Ivy tournament. Right. Went out and then stayed the night up there. Mm-hmm. We knew we were going to get Kingsman content. I had a cape. I had a crown. We walked into the Holiday Inn in Newport Beach, and for some reason they had a checkered board right there with a couch and 2 chairs, and we're like, we're going to use that. Yeah. Right. We go to sleep. The next morning, we're like, how are we going to do this content? We're like, we're going to do a get ready with me essentially thing. I'm going to film you getting ready, walking down the thing. No one knows, right? We set up the checkerboard, we do that, and we film it in one shot. And we typically just do one shots because it's like, that's what we want to portray through our content. Is we come up with an idea. It's not going to be perfect, right? It's me and him. I'm not Martin Scorsese, right? You know, like, but it's what we enjoy doing, and it's our uniqueness and what we think is funny.
Right.
And whether it hits or not, we don't really care. Right? That's social media group.
You know, now let's talk about, videos doing well and not doing well.
Yeah.
Does it affect you when you think you put some effort into a video and it just doesn't hit?
You know what? It used to affect me. I'm going to be honest, because for me, we both have to, like a lot of other content creators, have to fit in content creating with their schedule. So for me, I'm up at 4 a.m. because my kids are up at 7. So I'm trying to get content in from then to then, before my day essentially starts. And it used to be about the views. Sitting in my garage, cheers in a certain amount of views at a certain amount of time. And then we got to this content creating world, realizing that the more we were ourselves, the more people felt what we were trying to do.
Are you different off the camera than you are?
No. So actually, one of our
there's not I want to say, how would you say it? Like a character.
No. And
because that's a lot of, the reason why I asked a lot of it out there.
And yeah, there is, and we've experienced a little bit of that. Yeah. Messaging people or meeting people in person, and that's just we are who we are. We wear what we wear. We look at
For me, it's just like, it's hard for me to go from one character to another. It's like, I have to be authentic. Like, that's how I was raised. That's how I want to be. That's how I see myself. So everything that you do see in front of the camera, it's like, that's our true self.
I'm going to give you a tip this guy.
Yeah, tip.
Stop asking the questions that you think people want to know. Ask the questions that you want to know, and like what you think that interaction wise.
I'm sure to try to do that.
And I think that is, and I know it's hard, right? Because obviously, as a podcast, as creators, at a certain point, you have to make money. You need to do whatever you need to do to feed your family. But if you can just start out and continue the path of, I'm doing this because I'm golfing with Coach, one, right? And I want to ask these questions because I want to ask these questions.
Yeah, I want to know.
Bam! I bet I'm willing to bet that your podcast will take off just based off of that.
I'm hoping so.
Do views affect you?
Yes.
Okay, but why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wish I knew. Now, I've gotten a lot better at it.
2 hours?
It's not really the longest one.
And that's what we need, right? Well, Coach,
thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This has been a long time coming. This is one that I've been really looking forward to, Been a fan, I'm a fan of what you guys do.
Friend.
I'm a fan too. I'm a fan too. I don't think that away because I think that's important, but I'm a fan of what you guys do, and I wanted to be part of what you guys did, and I just thought our two brands come together would be to be like, well, you're again 2.5 miles away. It's not like it's a jump in the car and cruise over here.
Let's do it. Let's play some human golf.
They play some human golf.
Let's do it. Yeah. Honestly, your kind words and everything mean the most to us. We are beyond thankful for you even considering to have us on your podcast. And from the bottom of our heart, thank you.
Thanks to Long Ball Craft for having us.
Long Ball Craft Cocktails. As always, beautiful time. Thank you.
They had this cool room they let us have for an hour, and some shots and down.
Yeah.
It's a cool little place. If you're in San Diego, you want to play golf, you want to get some drinks and hang out, this is a really cool place. And definitely come check
Watch
this
the
place out.
game, anything, right?
It has what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 TVs.
Exactly.
So this is a cool place, man. Like they have a couch over here. Wow. This place is cool for sure, guys. Come check it out for sure, guys. If you're in San Diego, come here, drink, hit the ball, have a good time. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Make sure you
Hit us up too.
yeah, mention
Come by too. Yeah, no man.
and if you come in, make sure you mention golf with Coach and the Beetle boys. Let them know that we sent sent you and yeah, man. Again, guys, thank you guys for coming on. It's a blast. It's our pleasure. Man, it's just been awesome, man. And just remember, guys, you're not good enough. Get pissed off. So until next time, y'all take care. God bless.